Welcome back to another episode of Rural Skylines. Today we're going to jump into it. If you're looking for pats on the backs and good jobs and attaboys, you're in the wrong place. So sit back, agree with me, disagree with me, and let's get into this. It's good to be back. So there's been a lot that's happening, and we've gotten tons of gameplay, beta gameplay, and we've heard from Biff and all that. And here's my 2 cents. Beautiful game. Trains look good. The apartments and the buildings and all of that, the detail on some of the cityscapes is really, really good. Even like these telephone poles down in front of us, like they've got like some really intricate parts. My consistent, ongoing criticism with this game is if you're going to put that much detail in it, where's the grass? Where's the freaking grass? Like, if there's this placeholder for like green, like everything else is, look at that grass. Look at that. Everything else looks so real. I love the shades, and like there's just so much the reflections. There's so much put into the quote unquote realism of this game. Rain and the wind. There's so much put into this, and yet the ground is just non-existent. It's like, we'll just put green down and that'll be acceptable. How is that acceptable? I don't understand how I don't understand how the community at large can go, yeah, no problem, but everything else looks really good and that's not an issue. It's like, that's the main glaring issue, is that everything is so pristine and there's no dirt, there's no film, there's no filth, there's no weeds, there's no grime to the game at all in any way whatsoever. And that is just not, it would make this game so much better. It would be an amazing, it wouldn't even have to be like huge detail, because I get it's an asset and it's heavy on CPU, and I understand you're only able to run so much, but it's a freaking core basic foundation that is not even considered, and that absolutely, obviously, drives me nuts. The game looks incredible. It seems like it's going to be very interactive and much more in depth than City Skylines 1 was, but like that sidewalk and that grass and those trees, like that looks like City Skylines 1. It really, really does. From the trailer number 1, and I get it, trailer 1 was not gameplay and it was just whatever, but if you're gonna come out of the gate and show us a desert wasteland and show us things like cracked sidewalks in certain sections of the city and trash bins overflowing and like just so much just life to a city, and then not give us any of that, like great. The sunset would be much more, I don't know, fulfilling if what I was witnessing in front of me just didn't look so meh. The sky looks beautiful, the lighting is great, but there's just a level of detail that was missed out. It's just not there. And I'm hoping that when they release it, what we're seeing right now is the very stripped down version that they're not showing us. And this whole everybody walking in tandem with each other, and at least the character models are starting to look different. I don't know why everybody's got their arms way out swinging by their side like they're a bodybuilder. That's kind of odd. Yeah, but again, they have things that they need to do. My fear is that we only have 2 months, and there's like, yeah, great, this person runs and these people stop for the car. That's great. I love it. But you know what? There's a whole lot more that needs to be fixed in order for this game to go out. It's looking a little sketch. Like, look at the detail on the buildings and the lighting, and that detail just does not exist in the landscape, the environment. There was no emphasis. Who lays out in the middle of a field in a city? And that guy in the back is staring at the wall. Like, ooh, I don't get it. Like, I get it. The game is only capable of so much, but what? I'm going to fast forward through some of this just because. Nice sunsets, great. It's great. Looks like we're allowed to have some access to some detailed, but and maybe the game is supposed to be treated as a top-down builder, but if that's the case, this is interesting. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but the people are paused, but the trees are still moving, which I thought was kind of interesting. Yeah, but good game, looks great. I can't wait to play it. It's on my list for sure. I just wish that they had spent more time on visually making, again, look at this. This looks, and they're showing it off. That's very on purpose. Look, we're putting lights in the game and it looks like people will live there. And who made the mechanics for stopping? All vehicles stop. Very, very weird. Very, very weird. They like slam on the brakes. It's very strange. I don't know. The houses look okay-ish. Again, look at that. Look at the detail on this car. And look at the road. They just don't match. They just don't match. There's this. And so this is important because I was really worried about a slope. And you can see that on the bottom quarter of the right hand of the screen, you can see that there is a slope going downhill. And I don't know that they fixed it. Look at that pool. Look at the drop off from those steps down to that pathway. That's a huge drop off. And the one down at the yellow house, that's a huge drop off. I don't know that they fixed the issue where if you place a house on a slope, that all of a sudden your stairway is like 10 feet up in the air. It didn't make sense in City Skylines 1. I don't know that they've fixed it for City Skylines 2, which is a little alarming. Again, you guys have 2 months, less than that, because it has to be ready to go. Please, 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 Colossal Order, spend some time on the environments, on the sidewalks, on the roads, on the grass, on just the overall feel. It really looks like it's from 2008. Like, it just doesn't feel modern at all. Like, that almost looks picture perfect with the buildings in back and everything like that. It's too clean. It doesn't look, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. And I'm sticking to it. Looks like a beautiful game. I can't wait to play around with it. But I want that level of realism that you teased in the first trailer. I really am looking forward to the idea of making cities have a lived-in feeling with grime and dirt and a film and trash and people parking on sidewalks, and it just looks and feels lived in. You have maybe even like steam coming out of the manholes. There are no manholes, but it would be really nice to have manholes, seeing this is a city. There's just certain things that I think should be added to give it that city feeling. Me personally, I like a rural, so I would like to have more details in the rural aspects of the game. we'll see. But yeah, again, it doesn't look good. Like, it just doesn't look good. The trees don't look good. The people don't look good. There's too much. It's clean. And maybe that's what they're working on now. We'll see. But that's my 2 cents. Overall, I can't wait to play the game. Looks fun. Hopefully it's not too tedious, as they say. Complicated versus complex. We'll see. We got 56 days, people. 56 days. It's not a lot of time. They've got some work to do. So, I don't know, honestly, what I've done and I haven't done. But I did change this around to, instead of in and out, to just out, because the traffic coming out of this place was absolutely insane. It was backed up to that city back here. So I had to take care of it. So I did. That's one thing that I've done. I added a couple schools, a couple hospitals, added a water treatment place, added some more water. Boy, I've done quite a bit in here. Again, I don't know what you've seen and what you haven't seen, and I will update you as we go. But yeah, the big thing that's been happening over the past couple of really weeks is this whole section is completed now. I've gone through and done everything that I need to do to this. I've got the water working the way it's supposed to be working, rebuilt the bridge, redid this whole section. I completely did this section here, turned on the monorail, did all the trees for all this section. All of this has new trees and it's all detailed and decked out. It has a little town down in the center. The amount of work that I've done to do all of this has been fun, and more fun. I hope that is the same for City Skylines too. Yeah, redid this section in here. Can't remember exactly what I did. Put new trees in here, re-landscaped, redid the whole look of the area, because it was all pine trees, I believe. I'm getting rid of all the pine trees, and I've hit the limit so many times that I have to go back through and just delete more so I have more pine trees to use. But the big development is, and I'm glad that you're here, if you're still here, I do appreciate you coming along for the ride, is that I have started the universities. This is the regular university, and I really enjoyed putting this in here. I have thoroughly enjoyed putting all of the parts and pieces together, making sure it's tight, everything has a place, everything goes where it's supposed to go. Yeah, this ended up being quite the project, and finagling it all in here like a university. Yeah, I have an aquatic center where sports. I'd like to put some more sports in here, but I'm not there yet. But that's where I am. So this is the complete university. I'm starting the trade school over in this section over here. As you can see, I completely took down this mountain, but that's in order to get all this in here. That's the plan. And then there is, beyond the trade school, there's what is the other school? Oops. The other school is liberal arts. So I have the trades, and I have just the regular university. I have yet to put down the liberal arts, and I've not placed any of these, obviously. Ooh, there's a museum. I did not know that there was a museum. That's cool. Building must be placed inside a campus area. So it doesn't matter which campus area, just, okay, good. So that's where I'm at. I've been very busy creating tons and tons and tons of stuff. Yeah. Hope you enjoy what's to come next, which is expanding the trades and getting as much as I can into this little area. So, won't you come along with me? Oh, and I covered one of the songs in City Skylines soundtrack on the Mars channel. There's a song called... Oh, what's the song called? Give me a moment here and I'll tell you exactly what the song is called. I just have to remember where I put the thing. I'm opening up my music collection. Okay, once that comes up, I'll let you know, but it should be in rotation here. You should be able to hear it. I'm really excited for the soundtrack of City Skylines 2. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully they got some of the same artists. Oh, this is on pause because I did actually have a bunch of university, when the mountain was still here, I had a bunch of university buildings and everything like that set up. But since I was like, you know what, I don't like the layout of this, I'm just going to completely level this out, then I took them all away. So I don't have them anymore, so I'm going to have to place them so my money doesn't drastically just go crazy. So that's what I'm kind of doing now, is just getting ready for laying this all out and making sure that the level is okay and that I can get as many buildings in here as possible. So let's waste no more time and jump into Mistwood and all of the things that lie here in this beautiful, beautiful valley, which is Mistwood. I can't, man, this is just 9 tiles. I cannot imagine what we're going to be able to do with 141 and then mods, what we're going to be able to do on top of that. That's going to be very, very interesting. Okay. My song that I covered was called Now Is the Time. It was actually a challenge for me in terms of, I was listening to the soundtrack and I heard the bass and I was like, ooh, the bass is really like hitting those 8th notes, or maybe it's 16th notes. So, but it's consistent the entire time. There's no breaks. So I was like, you know what would be a really cool challenge is to be able to play that song the whole way through, which the bass in terms of what it plays note wise, there's not a whole lot of notes going on. It's not like it's crazy harmonies and bass lines and everything like that. It's really just 16th notes on one note. Like an A, there's a B, A, and G or something like that. But it's just fast in terms of your right hand and how you're picking the notes, and I had to palm mute it, and it was cool. It was a good exercise, and the hard part is keeping it consistent, like not slowing down, not speeding up for 4 minutes, just being consistent for 4 minutes. It's a testament to making sure that you're focused and you're in the zone for 4 minutes, which is an extreme challenge for a lot of people. It's amazing how many people cannot focus for more than 30 seconds. It's really, as a teacher who's been doing this for many, many decades and having people sit down in front of me, I don't know that I've ever had somebody, if I put on a clock, like a metronome, something that keeps time, and then I have them play along with it, I don't know that I've ever actually had one student sit down and impress me by playing in time. Because everybody always, and not even like a complicated passage, like one note, just play one note over and over and over again to a consistent beat. Everybody always fails. It's pretty funny. it's a matter of focus, and that's not easy for a human being to do. It's just not. And I'm not even talking about like technology and stuff like that. That's a whole nother level. I'm just talking about you sitting down and focusing for 4 minutes on one specific task. Yeah. So, anyway, it was a fun song to do. I loved it. It was good. And, yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. If you know the song, let me know how it did. Okay, so enough talk, more play. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, what I'm looking at now is the overall look of this, excluding the cities. The overall look. So we have our university here, and what I had was the dormitories over here. Now, what I would like to do is recreate that, but I'm not really sure. I don't think they should be against the highway. And I don't know that I want them in the back. I kind of want them in the center. I think coming down through the valley and seeing the dormitories up on that hill up there, I think that'd be pretty alright. I think that'd be kind of cool. I just got to figure out the configuration. And I think, I don't know. Let's take this and bring this in. Make this a little bit more. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. And if I need to pull it back in a little bit more, I can. But now this is all flat. And what I can do with this, now that it is all flat, should I treat it much the same as I've treated this one? So I have that kind of, not mimicked, but kind of. Except, oh boy, man, this is going to get rough. I can tell it already. I can tell already. That's a lot of buildings to go in a small little space. So how am I going to put those dorms? That's my main issue, is where am I going to put the dorms? Where are people going to live? You don't want them too far away. You got crazy people like me putting all this effort and thought into where I'm going to place a dormitory in a video game. That's why I want City Skylines 2 to be those a tip of the hat to the developers. But just like someone wants me to do my job, I want them to do their job. I think we should hold developers up to a high bar. So I don't know where I should place these dormitories. It's a big question. Where should the dormitories go? You know what? I'm going to sit on it, and I'm going to end this episode right here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. I will be back. You're going to find out where these dormitories are going. City Skylines 2 is on its way. I still have reservations. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Thank you. Peace out. Later.